Hello, everyone. I hope and pray that you're doing well. I'm actually a little bit sheepish about this. At our Living in Gratitude potluck this past week, I received a tremendous outpouring of thanks from you, the congregation of the Terrace CRC. It's quite a bit overwhelming actually when I try to absorb it. I spent some time this past week with Sean Baker, and he was wowed. He couldn't stop pointing out that a gift basket. That's something nice to receive from your congregation, but like and he kept pointing to the size of this bin. But you received a gift bin, right? That's a big deal. And it is, and so I'm grateful. And you might be wondering about the contents of this bin. What happened to them? Some of it may have been eaten already. Some is perhaps squirreled away for a rainy or a snowy day. Some of it, Ella suggested that we save until Christmas time. Now she's gone for a week, so we'll see what's left when she returns. But observing October as Pastor Appreciation Month isn't really a thing for our church. And I'm certainly not one to want to institute it. It's more, it's kind of like, Valentine's Day is a bit of a Hallmark holiday. If that's the case, what's a Pastor Appreciation Month? But, like any gift, it's a surprise for which I simply want to say thanks. And I do appreciate the goodies and all the cards and the encouragement and the love. Mind you, with all the goodies that you gave me, a subscription to Noom might have been appropriate to go along with them. But I'm not ungrateful. I was thinking also today about a devotional that Kurt Tuninga gave a few years back at volleyball provincials in Prince George. And it was about living with an attitude of gratitude. And ever self-deprecating, Kurt made fun of the rhyme, attitude of gratitude, right? And you can maybe imagine that. But he also made some, I think, some significant points to some impressionable young men about how to live thankfully to God and to each other. Everything is a gift if you have the eyes to see. And, I think we acknowledge that God has done so much for us, and our indebtedness to God is enormous. And yet we can very easily forget to give thanks for what God has done. We Christians, we can forget to give thanks to God for the seemingly little things, right? Like meals. We can forget to pray for a meal, to give thanks. And that can also create a bit of a pattern of forgetting to give thanks for God in all of our life. You forget about God for the little things, you forget about God for the big things. So I wanted to say that I'm grateful too. Certainly I'm grateful for meals and for what God has provided for me here as pastor of the Terrace Christian Reform. I'm grateful to Terrace Christian Reform Church. I'm grateful for 19 years of working with really good people on church council who love the Lord and who love the people of our church. I'm thankful for so many dedicated volunteers, gifted volunteers who give of themselves, who make sacrifices because they love God and they want to be part of something bigger than just their own kingdoms. And I'm grateful that I get to have staff meetings these days with thoughtful and creative colleagues. I'm thankful for a healthy Terrace ministerial and for colleagues across northern churches to work with and to share with and to joke with. I'm thankful for you, our congregation, a congregation that loves God, but loves me and loves the community and loves each other, and wants to grow in the knowledge and grace of Jesus Christ. I'm sitting at my kitchen table right now. The internet's down at church, so I'm working from home a bit today. And just sitting around this table reminds me that I'm thankful for Ella and for my family who have continued to support me, even if Sunday dinners around this table over the years have sometimes included a little roast preacher on the menu. So to paraphrase that poem, Let Us Give Thanks by Gerhard E. Frost, the poem that Joanne read on Sunday, I give thanks, and I give thanks for someone to give thanks to, right? And so I'm encouraged. I'm encouraged by you, by this, by all that this represents. And I also want to encourage you. Give thanks. Give thanks for the little, give thanks for meals. But also give thanks for all that God is doing in your life. May you have an attitude of gratitude. The peace of Christ be with you all.